So many videos about packing smaller ends at the same point. Buy the cubes, this vacuum bag, this clever, beautiful suitcase. Yeah, go buy this stuff. You need so much cool gear. The truth is, you don't have to purchase any new gear. You have more than you need. Trust me here. I've carried the same worn out 22-liter bag here and stained old packing cubes that has lasted me for 7 years at this point. Been all over the world with it. Totally fine. No problem at all. And yeah, gear can help you for sure. Like I use packing cubes. So let's take compression bags, for example. Now they are awesome. They squeeze the air out of your clothes. So your clothes become a lot smaller. But you know what? The weight, it doesn't just magically disappear. That is still there. Now, cubes are awesome for other reasons as well. Obviously, they're going to organize your clothes beautifully, like really beautifully. And the same goes for the space-saving rolls that I teach so many of. They allow you to carry a smaller bag and keep your clothes more organized, but the weight, it's still there, right? And let me tell you another example, a bigger suitcase, for example. This is actually a really sneaky one because a bigger suitcase, that simply is going to get filled as well. As you say, capacity invites volume. Same with, for example, your workday, right? You always manage to fill your workday with something, even if it's not filled. So new gear, generally, it doesn't actually touch the real lever that allows you to pack smaller. That is to decrease the size as well as the weight. Because what really helps is actually reducing the count of items, and then the gear, that's what's really going to complement it. So here is the no gear version of packing, I guess. First, you want to go shopping in your closet. So you pick your favorite bag, pick the smallest one you can find actually, or one that could plausibly work for you. So that's going to set the boundary of what you're actually going to be able to pack, right? Because a firm boundary makes the decisions for you. And if you can't fit it all in there or you don't like it, you know what? After you're done packing, you can always size up as well. That's no problem, but start small. So second, decide what outfits you pack by activity, the weather and climate, and make sure they all go with each other so you can mix and match all these outfits. That creates so many different outfits for you compared to having just sets. At this point, you have a small bag, you've picked out the outfits that you want. Now you bring them out, right? And now you're ready for it. So third, only now you use the folding and rolling tricks that I teach you here on the channel, because now they finally have the right sized pile to work on, to create more space and make your luggage beautiful, organized, and small. So same clothes that you have, same gear that you have in your closet, smaller bag. So notice that order. Pick the bag first, decision second, and then techniques last. Get it wrong and you're compressing things that should never really have been packed in the first place. So the win, it's not really on the gear aisles, it's in the sequence of packing. And just really quick here, if you want to learn more about this philosophy of packing, let me tell you about my space-saving travel packing method. So this is 10 steps in order. It's built to work on whatever luggage, gear, clothes, whatever you already have at home. You don't need to go shopping for anything really. It takes 2 hours from the start until you're done packing a perfectly packed bag. I'm going to add a link down in the video description if that sounds cool. So yeah, methods beat gear every single trick. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. I'm gonna make more. I'm having a lot of fun recording these videos, as I've probably said in the past like 2 or 3 ones. So I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, peace.